Welcome into the stream tonight, everybody. Tonight we're going to be playing Citizen Sleeper. Never played this game before. One of my buddies, Pip, did it. He told me about it. He said it's a sci-fi story solo game with some resource management in it. That's about all I know. So it's going to be a brand new experience. And that's always the funnest part, right? Brand new experiences. Okay, here. Let me go over to, we'll go full screen for this one. Alright, there we go. We're gonna switch that over there. There we go. No, actually. Let me double check ears. Yeah, okay. Merry Christmas, Pip. I was just talking about you and how you recommended this game. Ooh, I get to choose? So we got an operator that works with drones and high precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Chances to gain cryo on interface actions. Engineer, which is working with machines and physical tools. Interface, work with digital interfaces. Endure, use strength or strength of will. Intuit, approach problems with awareness. And engage, approach a problem head on. Cryo's kind of like the, oh, okay, so cryo is like the money system. And yeah, this sci-fi, like older style art. I could see like an anime for like a older space anime, like back in like the early Gundam stages. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleeper assigned to extractor worker, often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Sunbath dissection allows energy recovery at home. 1 to endure and -1 to into it. Okay. Oh, and I have one this way. Okay, so machinist. So machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. You get 1 engineer, obviously, and -1 to engage. Perk, efficient extractor, chance to gain random scrap item on engineer action. Ooh. Ghost in the Shell, yeah. 100%. I missed that anime. Oh my gosh, I haven't watched that in years. I think we're gonna go machinist first. I will say though, I think operator looks the coolest with the little drone. But I like the little robot, the little soda can robot. Alright, let's get started here. Oh. Unknown. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking. When waking. When yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Ooh. Oh, you also went with machinist? Dang. Think of that body, forget that body. I mean, if we've already lost that body, we gotta forget about that body and move on. You resist nostalgia. It is pointless, especially now. This is the moment to reach out, not curl inwards. This is your moment of escape, even if it feels immediately like you traded one prison for another, smaller, colder, lifeless. Reach out. You almost laugh. Or you would if there was room, or even air, to do so. The walls of the container are immediately present. Cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease. A reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan, remember the others. Remember the plan, or do I remember the others? What are you? We don't got time to remember the others. We have to remember the plan and we have to keep moving forward. But I want to remember the others because I already left my body alone and have to accept who I am. I at least should have something that I can rely on. You remember there were 10 of you. 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay. 10 whose belief in their promised future was slowly dismantled day by day until they realized they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter. 10 that would escape, or at least die trying. Somehow were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be in that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. We're gonna wait for the cold to try to rest. We're gonna try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are duly aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. We're resting. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sounds, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then, light, white as the cold, softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Okay. Dragos Pragmatic Salvager. Nothing in the data. Cryptocurrency stored in Airworld stick of memory known as chits. Dragos. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, but back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You were surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges, where plasma arcs sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better preservation in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to whole plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches. Its irising eye, locking you with an unflinching stare. Dang, Drago does look pretty dang sick, I won't lie. I don't like how the feet on his robot look like they are fleshy fingers, though. I don't agree with that. But he himself, I guess it would make sense to make it symbiotic, but... Okay, he even got the wires that go to his chest. Oh, his voice box. That's crazy looking. I like that a lot. The last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. I plan to survive? What happened to them? Stay silent. Nah, we care about our survival. Yeah, kind of more robot than human, right? Like, because it looks like that's not just a headset. That looks like it's linked into his actual body for power. And like his arms with all the patches and wires that run through them. I would say like at least 25% robot at that point, right? Kind of crazy. Yeah, we're planning to survive though. This is our survival. Oh, and by the way, everybody, Merry Christmas. I know I told Pit Merry Christmas when he hopped in here, but I forgot to tell everybody else Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you guys. And a Happy New Year as well. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask what led you to do it. To sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you were just software, a rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cell, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and ARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep a hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it, from the other sleepers. Planned obsolecy. Okay, yeah. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have?
Also, I apologize for butchering this.
But for now, Felipe, you were one of the lucky ones. Drago glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The Eye is the best place you could be right now. The Eye? Yeah, the Eye. The station. You'll see soon enough. Drago impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days. So you were welcome to it. Sometimes something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Nod. All right, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on a resting Hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Tutorial introduction. Welcome to Erlen's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Merry Christmas, Aragon. Welcome back. You wake up curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you awaken now, strange and disjointed. Its messages readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it? Oh, did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Escape, getting answers, building a life. We're gonna go with building a life. Maybe you did get lucky, finding yourself here. Maybe here, on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. That sounds absolutely disgusting. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Tutorial condition, action, dice, and energy. Conditions. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but you can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition, now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Okay, so the pills I was taking previously were what was keeping my body going? Shit, okay. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. Hey, Eric on a 3-stream streak? Hell yeah, thank you. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This represented by your energy bar. You can fill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at double rate per cycle. Okay. Dang, okay. Shoot, so... Oh, we got the most of these ones. We're gonna... Oh, I guess I can't do anything with these? Okay. Drago is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. Dude, I still like Drago. Drago looks sick. He looks like he'd be mean, but I could vibe with him. He got that, like, puckered mouth. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. I told you it was implanted, Pip. A drone sits on his shoulder. It catches a sensor eye. Its cache of sensor eyes rapidly arising. How are you feeling? Okay, not good? I'm gonna just say okay, because that's just like the daily answer. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? We're just gonna say sure, because we need the job. Alright then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old holes down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market. Dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some text, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. Honestly, I like how they use the bright market instead of the black market. It's a nice little switch. I almost said black market right away. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figured as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Chits. These. He pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we used to use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in his pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, he pauses, I need the help. You know, we're just going to say happy to. No, we're going to ask him why. We're going to ask him why. I lied. Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away. The drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. Okay, Drago's yard. Tutorial Actions 1 of 2. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your choose action dice to the slot. Hold dissection. Even the rustiest hole can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Excuse me. Action rewards you with clocked progress, energy conditions, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcomes. Positive, the action goes better. Okay. Neutral, the action succeeds, and negative, the action fails. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to hard labor. And safe. Oh, risky. Okay. 100% chance, 50-50. Oh, 50 chance positive, neutral. Okay, 25% positive, 50% chance neutral, 25% chance negative for a 4 and a 3, and then 1 and 2 is 50-50 negative neutral. Good to know, good to know. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and the skill, and modifiers that apply to the action. Okay, so risky, repeatable action, endure is what we would need, engineer, bonuses. Type, with critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Risk, either safe, risky, or danger. No loss of condition, energy, or cryo unsafe. Risky is a negative outcome, means cryo or energy loss. Danger, negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Shit, okay, so I have to be careful because if I start losing condition, then that's gonna be real bad for later on. Skill. The skill that is this action requires either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Modifier, either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This is added to the action dice when the slotted or improves its value. Oh, when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Okay. I mean, yeah, 100% positive. Even if it's risky, I should be able to do this. A +15 cryo. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without players' input. Holy. Any action cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. We got a double. We got 2 back in businesses. Alright, since this one's safe, we don't 50-50 neutral positive. At least we're not gonna get this debt called in. Shit. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drive will place a yellow marker on the locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow buttons at the top left of the screen. Okay, so it's like placing a marker or something like that on like a quest. You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities, and remember to end cycles at your home when you are out of dice. Use the mouse wheel or W and S to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck. I'ma need it. Oh, it was a neutral outcome. I thought it was positive, but we got a +1. That's good. It's 100% positive. I gotta use it. And because that's all I can do right now, right? Okay. 40. I leave. How do I find a... Oh, okay, this way. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helio system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. Okay, I can't do anything in there. Okay, this one's flashing. The only way you get to know the shipyard is to work there. No tourists here. It says shipbuilder. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in. Haul materials. Okay. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest yard hand where to take them. Oh, because we live in a ring. You can explore your ship some more at this point, but that is one of the main missions early. Move you up and down the ship and deal with... Yes! I didn't even think about it because due to it being on a ring, you can go back and forth. Okay, so... Alright, we'll just keep going with... Oh, what's this one? Dock B2? It takes several cycles to reach the starboard belt and return loaded with scraps from the old wreck. I probably can't buy any. Oh, danger! Oh, that drops it to a 50-50? Bright Market is the busiest part of the eye's lower rim. You can find anything and everything here. Nah, we're taking the dangerous role here. Dude, I agree. The eye looks really cool so far. Like just the design of it. A +3 to local knowledge. Cool, how do I do this now? Action unavailable. I found my doctor. And next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue. Try not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place. But now that you're here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hab block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body will. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. I don't want to look in the enforcer. I'm pretty sure you're going to be mean to me. We're just going to look inside. You lean against the door frame and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light flittering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. "Wait your turn," he growls. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. "Send in the next one, Tashiro." The enforcer jerks his head, and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A ceiling to the floor transparent panel gives a full view of the Bright Market sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. I like this. I like the clear poncho that the doctor has right now. This is beautiful. "Come in, sit," calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheet over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, They blink and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed and then turn to open a case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still in their eye. Oh, still to their eye, sorry. They nod. It's a good thing you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying, they say without ceremony, without drama, without empathy. So they have more of like a flat tone. I don't know if I can do that, but SNARP doesn't like to see its property technology let loose to prevent bodies like yours frames, as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizers. One of the SNARP remains the sole producer of They Look Up. Sounds familiar? How do you know this? They shift in their seat. You aren't the first sleeper I've encountered. You wait for more, but they go back to their inspection. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabin says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulation like you, sleepers as the most people you know, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabin looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instruments and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then silence gives away to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help, they sigh. And you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice, so they gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. You nod. He works for me. Benefactor, Yatagan. They're influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, and sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections, smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporation on Ember. If they can source the stabilizers, maybe you'll have a better chance. Oh man. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive. But I think we can do it. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's see. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof. to see if you can see their face. But the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Hey, so we found the doctor first try. We'll take that first day. I can't do anything here. I should probably go back and go to bed now. That should probably be what I do. Empty container here. Yep, I want to go to sleep. End cycle. You aren't finished with this cycle. Complete activity scenes to proceed. What? Okay, let's leave this. Oh, I need to go here. Okay. Oh. Okay. The chef looking pretty cool. Oh, street food vendor. Okay. Emphis is busy. His broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in the red fleck dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. What an approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down the exposed stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on the bright market dives. Their words cut through with heavy space or slang. Eventually it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphis speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus, laced with something so spicy, the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you, sleepers. Oh, I know you sleepers, Emphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glanced up from beneath his cap and with piercing eyes. I know. You begin to tell him your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility in its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we talk some more. Oh, sorry. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner's side, and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. I love it when food makes me say that I'm going to be back to a place after like the first bite,
Cause I absolutely love food, so
I might switch my lighting real quick. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. So there we go, that's better. I think that's better. It's not as yellow in here with that. Okay, so we gotta go to this one now. Oh, no. Pay low end toll. After some spaces cause some trouble in the low end, yet again have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Dang, okay, well we ain't paying that yet. Oh, that's to get into the next section, okay. So, okay, so that's where we can go get food at. That's good to know. I think we can go to bed now, though. Shipyard. Should be home now, right? Oh, okay, so yeah, and prepare for the next one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We got food through the first cycle here, y'all. First cycle done. Also, I know we're like 40 minutes into this, but I am very sick today. So, again, if I sound overly nasally or anything, that is the reason why. I woke up this morning for presents with my wife and my little one at like 6 a.m. And then I ended up going back to bed until 12:20 after we did that. I didn't even eat breakfast this morning. My wife made some delicious homemade hot cocoa cinnamon rolls. But I gotta eat some after I got up, and they were absolutely divine. This time, you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across the colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions. As you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of disturbed nodes, they connect you. Oh, they connect you. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. I'ma touch it. I'ma touch the black liquid. You find a point in the station, and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, edgy and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you intensely, as if you were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. And Pip, I appreciate that, man. I should feel better hopefully within a couple days. The little beans was feeling sick right when she got off of school for Christmas break, and I was hoping nobody else was going to get it because she's feeling better, but nah, it smacked me like a train. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it is waiting there. The station's splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. Oh, I got terrible rolls right now, guys. Oh no. So... yeah, we're gonna do the stabilizer one. Oh, it's gonna take a few cycles. Okay, so I can't do anything there. Help Drago pay off debts. Okay, we're gonna go build this. And we're gonna go eat at Drago's stall. We're gonna eat first. We're gonna eat some Memphis food. Nice, okay. I don't know if that was necessary right now, but... Okay, what is this one? Bonus in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. Okay. We're not gonna go there then. I think what we should have done... Oh, okay, so you have to eat there 4 times before you can do anything. That's gonna take some time to get to. I see what you were saying earlier, Pip. That this is about the only mission that you can go and do here. We're gonna input the 1 dice here. We're gonna input the 3 dice. Oh, wait a second. Oh, because I have a +1 to engineer, this makes it a 4. Ooh. Come on. Positive. Positive outcome with a 25%. Let's go. Alright, now we're gonna do this one on a safe. Because even if we get that positive, or the neutral, come on, neutral me. Back in business. Alright, every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. Drago's tied up in something nasty, something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get ugly. Now we can go here. Okay, so you have to leave. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from the holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's the beauty, ain't she? Isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. I should be thanking you. This place was on its last leg when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Drago for this monstrous craft. You can't help but to think of what became of its crew. What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvage friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Drago is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion. Locked inside that container, the wreck of the SNR freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Drago on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Drago squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we are up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winter light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Drago repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then the slip out of the yard. Feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Clear the debt and return the favor for the first friend. Tutorial, character, and upgrades. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow buttons at the top right of the screen. Oh, this is what, oh. Should we make this? Oh, we can't make that a -1? Oh, wait, yes we can. I don't have enough for that. Chance to give cryo on interface actions. Photosynthetic skin, sunbathed dice action allows energy recovery at home. Predictive reasoning, dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. We're gonna do that one. I think that's like the smartest second upgrade there. Maybe the cryo one could have been good, but okay, we're gonna leave that. We don't want to do that. Getting to know Rotunda doesn't just mean new places to visit. It means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. Havinger run the Rotunda, and their security watches the docks. Better to avoid attracting their attention. Let's see here. This is danger, and that's risky. I probably don't have the dice to be doing either of those ones right now. That's risky. I don't have the dice for that one right now. I'm fading right now. Why am I fading? No. Can we do anything with the doctor? No, it's just gonna take time. Oh, safe. They're both safe. Okay. Oh, yard clearance, winter light. History or no, the ship is a salvage. As Drago always says, break it down, move it on. The wreck cutter Drago has brought into salvage as a history to discover. Oh, yeah, we discover in the history. Come on, give me that neutral. Oh, once the dock timer is finished, my condition will get better? That's good to know. That's really good to know. I was wondering if that's what I had to wait for or not, but I wasn't quite sure. Drago seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. I guess we sleep now. Let's go back to bed. That ends my cycle. I have 50 coins though. Ooh-wee, I'm rich. We coming up in the world here, I tell you what. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath you. Beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. I won't lie, this game has a ton of words I didn't even know existed. Focus on the threads. Now we're gonna focus on those threads. There are more threads than you can count. You choose one that passes nearby and approach it. You inspect it. You understand why you instinctively chose the word thread. When you first saw them, they are not single lines, but rough, fuzzy things, woven from data strings of all kinds. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one lead to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. Ooh. We're gonna go second option here. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sapphire shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. You open your eyes. Time is short. A 4, a 3, and a 4, though. I'm curious where this story is leading, in all honesty. And by the way, welcome in and Merry Christmas, everybody. We are gonna go, Tutorial of the Cloud. Something has changed inside of you. You can now access the data cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the Eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Oh. Okay. Oh. You don't give me very good hope here. Well, we ain't going for it. We can't go for that yet. Not yet, at least. Let's go, I guess, back to this one, right? Oh, we're gonna do, no, we want more on this, so let's go here. Let's hope for that positive, but we'll stick with that negative, or negative, neutral. We're gonna do this one again. I want to learn more about this ship, in all honesty. Okay. I want to see if there leads anything back to me for the path. Dang, you gave me a negative yard clearance. Oh, I see. This will get me stuff, but this will just destroy the ship in general. Okay, okay. I guess now I just go back to bed. That would be it, right? Yeah, okay, so back to bed we go here. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Shit, so we gotta get off this. We gotta keep moving up the ring, I guess, because right now we're in the lowest ring of the rings. Oh, a 1, and a 5. I mean, the 5 is gonna be great. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Hold up! He catches you and walks alongside. I just want to chat, that's all. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it? Old Erland said. The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? Who's Erland? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erland? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Havenage should be organized some seminars. He laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with the systems. Havenage? Think of us as an administrative association for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerge as a response to or a continuation of Andre Erland's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I am here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark, loose look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Okay, so we're getting more people. Oh, the doctor's done for me too. Let's go. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshio's implants, like a cat's eyes. In the dark of the corridor, he nods you in as you arrive in Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands in the case open. With the case open in front of them. A set of vials lined up inside, separated by a foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation. In that, it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material, and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your synthetic organs with a new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. In very basic terms, yes. They sigh. Look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risks. Okay, let's do it. I don't have much of a choice here. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses the syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. Sorry about that. A sensation begins to spread from the site. A fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shrouds of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You are going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and then they return to their glowing slate. Look around the room. It seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes for free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Yo, Merry Christmas, King. How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a great Christmas, by the way. Can I do anything here? No. Well, I know where I'm gonna go. Actually, ooh, can I do this? No. What are the chances? 50 positives, 50 neutral to gain some coin? No, I don't need coin yet. I don't need coinage. I lied. I want to go to... Oh, wait. Oh, I flipped my... Oh, that's what happened. Okay, okay. Why'd it flip me? Rip? That was so unfortunate right there. It flipped me to the opposite side of what I was. There we go. So... Drago's Yard is where I want to go, because I need to get this. 50 positive. We got this. We got this. The forensic trail. Dang it, dude. Neutral outcomes all night on this one. Terrible, I tell you what. I didn't even see... Oh, that was a yard one. Dang it. Shoot. We don't want yard clearance, man. I'm gonna go get food right here. We got enough. Plus energy, nice. That means we should get a fourth die, right? When we wake up? Isn't that what that means? End cycle. Let's see if that's what it means here. Oh shoot, we got all the dice today. Let's go. Ooh, Fang. Fang wants to talk. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easy to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know? He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. And truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blend into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like? It's a mess. It's incredible. What is all this? I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what this all is. He taps a nearby server stack which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. Your Christmas was phenomenal? Dude, I am so happy to hear that. Was it phenomenal enough for you to get a new headset? Huh? Question? He steps over to a towering block. Speckle of vents. Some of these systems are from the original station. Hell yeah, new headset. AE1. The one Solheim built. We've had to invent a new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks, and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away for these corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. Liking them so far, figure out the mixer though. I get that. The mixer can be a little confusing sometimes. Trying to get that perfect volume between your game and your party chat. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Fang noticed it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. No, it isn't. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs in corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Avenger, there's old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Fang pumps his fists and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eyes. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Fang passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a solemn cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that to an old network gate and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's going on out there. And see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Exactly, and apparently my mic is quiet. Not sure how to fix that yet. Ooh, are you using the? Wow, my voice cracked there. Holy, are you using the Rig 900s, or what exactly did you get? Those above, he nodded at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisition budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. You know, I know you need it. He slams the button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Rig 900 Max HX. Yeah, so that's what I'm rocking too. So the sound quality in them is great. And I know when I got it, you said that my voice sounded pretty dang good, but okay, so I don't have any data yet to bring him. What I want to do is go Drago's Yard and use these 4s, and hopefully we get that positive reaction, get 2 and 2 here. Okay, we're gonna use a 6 here. I just want that positive so bad. And now we'll use the 4, and if we don't get another positive here, alright, there's 1. Okay, now we just need 1 more neutral. Give me that 50% neutral. 50% neutral, that's what we need. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna learn about the winter light then. Squeezed into the office at the entrance to the yard, you lay out everything you have on the winter light. Across the metal desk, your makeshift forensic notes glow on Drago's old writing slate. Overlapping lines and scrawled annotations. A set of drone scans fill the small terminal with spectrums of color. A heat map of damage and decay, a crumpled printout from the office ship registry lies beside them. Synthetic paper so thin it is almost transparent. We're gonna look at the slate. Excuse me. Your attempts at a reconstruction of the winter light before its fatal accident consists of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. It was a heavily modified, parts replacement, inventive configurations. The new retrofitted into the old. Handmade joints and reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project kept running with care and intuition. It's also contained a set of hidden compartments. You missed them at first, where the hole had been thickened, the corners rounded to disguise the change. But they are here. Oh, but they are there. Look at the monitor. Reactor failure. That is the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at the stacked heat maps of the remains of the winter light. Well, on the terminal screen, the ship is shown in section. Blotches of color marking the approximate damage the ship sustained. Dominating the view is a single blood-red rose radiating from the ship's fraction drive. A simple story, a catastrophic failure of the drive core, leading to a fatal hull breach. A well-documented failure, likely brought on by the wear or misuse. But you aren't looking at the rose of the reactor. You are looking at a smaller, paler mark. One that might be easy to miss at first glance. It is a thumbprint-sized and delicately placed over the control servers for the ship's main external airlock. It suggests a controlled, shaped explosion. One designed to punch through the hole and allow access to the airlock from the outside. You were looking at it because it is troubling you. A plain list shows the registration history of the Winter Light. The gap between the entries tantalizingly opaque. Its first registration was complete was a couple thousand cycles ago on this very station, logged at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on the station for more than a few cycles, and often took on voyages that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. The Winter Light got little rest. An old ship, many cycles under its belt, carefully maintained. A reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry. A suite of hidden compartments tucked away. This was the Winter Light, and this was its story. But that's not the full story, because there's something else. It is a little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course, but the Winter Light had a separate system, one tucked away in one of its hidden compartments, armored, air-walled. This list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It details the contents of the hidden compartments. Some of it you recognize, some of it you don't. Ship mine ROMs, shimmer, cryo chain codes, and then the final entry, passenger, sleeper. You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here in the cold for so long, half frozen in the freight container. Had this sleeper been smarter, luckier? How had they convinced the Winter Light, a smuggler's ship if you ever saw one, to extract them from SNARP? Luckier, you laughed. There had been no remains found in any of the Winter Light's compartments. You had checked. They weren't so lucky, you guessed. Not in the end. You hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light. This was all you find in the compartment. A parting gift from SNARP. Well, it won't go to waste now. You put it back in your pocket. The thought still bothers you, though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard. 2. One after the other. That feels wrong. You flick back and forth between datasets on the terminal, thinking, and you see that the thumbprint again. The mark of someone trying to get in. Someone who entered the Winter Light with precision and speed, and when they were done, they left the reactor to clean up the rest. The thought of that person makes you shiver. Suddenly, the office door creaks open. Drago stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and notes you have assembled. What is all this? He snatches a slate from the desk faster than you realized he could move. You run an investigation here? What am I paying you for? The drone on his shoulder starts whining shrilly, his anger passing to it through his implants. Where's the ship from? Leave this alone. He starts shaking his head. I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. He turns away, muttering to himself, this is the last thing I need. This ship had a sleeper on it. Draco freezes, suddenly angry. What did you say? He pushes past you to look at the terminal at the list. He shakes his head. So what? Aren't all of you trying to escape? You're lucky it was you that made it out alive and not them. He folds his arms indignantly. Oh my gosh. Dragos seems to steady himself and then turns back to you. The heat map of the reactor failure reflects in his headset's glassy eyes. Oh, well, I don't know why I was reading Life Days. If I've given you a place to stay, I've given you work. He stumbles over the words, unsure of what to say. There's plenty others who would have sold you on, turned you in, but not me. I know. His look softens. Oh, he softens. Look, you've helped me too. He quiets the drone. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat. But this obsession you have with this ship isn't going to work for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you're after. He sighs. You can't work here anymore. I need the work. There's plenty of work to be had on the eye, salvagers. Oh, the eye. Salvagers need offloads in the Rotunda, and the Yatagan are always looking for new crew. I'm not the only show in town. Drago reaches across you and flicks off the terminal. As the light of the monitor dies, a kind of eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it is done. You made it out, Sleeper. That means you have to move on. Someone killed that ship and their crew. And you want to meet them? He shakes his head. We are done here. In the dark, Drago's headset glints, and you wish for a moment you could see his eyes and meet them. Maybe then he would understand. You get up from the desk, and Drago gathers the notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He holds the door for you. His headset as expressionless as always. You can stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Don't come back. His tone is final, definite, with an edge of disappointment. You walk out of the office and then out to the yard, not stopping to look back. You leave the yard, thumbing the vial in your pocket, knowing that this, at least, guarantees you a little bit more time. As you walk, your mind once again drifts to that person who killed the Winter Light, and whether or not that person will come for you. Audio is pretty good. I was in a Discord call with Caleb. He said it sounded quiet. Okay. I'll have to get you in a call here shortly then. By the way, after this cycle, guys, I am probably going to call the stream for the night. Only because my throat hasn't been feeling the best today. Like I said at the very beginning, I ended up going to sleep as soon as I woke up after Presents and slept until almost noon today. So I should probably take it a little bit easy on my throat with this being a story game and all. But I will definitely be back. The freight crew are eager to get their payload into the Ort Exchange, and they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help. 15 cryo. I could make 19 here at the risky one with a 6. We're gonna buy more food. Oh, I never even thought about making some honey lemon tea. I might do that. After I get done here. Help soothe it a little bit. But always, I gotta put a good, oh my gosh, I can't even talk tonight, y'all. Holy. But I gotta make a good impression for my little one by showing her that I have to chase a passion no matter what, regardless of me being sick or not. I have to come here every day and stream and show her that it's possible to follow all of your dreams. So that's the goal here. We're gonna get that energy back here. We're gonna go... Oh, where should I spend this last credit at, though? Do I gamble? Do I do the risky over here? Play the exchange? What happens if I put that in there? 100% positive. I mean, I could make 19 there. Oh no, that's what I should do. I should actually go. Let's do it here. Key node. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice choices to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. Shit, I needed a 1? I had 1s! Okay, does this one require 6? No, it requires a 1. Let's see here. Any of these? Oh, that's a 3. That's closer. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I got a Solum Cipher. Systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. Let's see what this does here. Plus gate 7 access. With a squawk of a noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. I bet you that's gonna be another Solum. Nope, it's a 2. It's a 1. Oh, that's a 4. That was closer. See ya, King. You have a great night, my dude. Thank you for tuning in and stopping by, and Merry Christmas again. Damn, so I can't do any of these ones yet? Okay. We'll be working on those. Oh, wait, hold on. There still might be one more. Shoot, okay. So I'll have to remember this. Maybe I should have clicked on those earlier, but that's okay. Can I do anything at Fangs Bay? No. No, I can't. Okay. Oh, and I can't go back to the bay anymore either? Dang it. I think I'm gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna unload this one. Oh, dang it. Can I do that? This foot comes off the starboard belt is corroded trash, but sometimes something valuable can be found among the salvage. Let's see if we get anything good here. Random scrap item. Oh. They'll let you buy a few crates, but not much more. Okay, so I can only do that a few times. Takes to offload its hull. Oh, okay, so it has a few cycles before it takes to offload its hull and scrap. And... no, I'm not gonna pay because that'd be a waste on my energy and stuff. I will sleep, wake up, check what dice we have for the cycle, and then I'll probably end up calling it here. Let's see if we have any dreams though tonight first, because you never know, we might have a weird ass dream up here. Oh no. Miko, no flash photography, okay? Let's... No, because I would just keep playing this. So, let me go... Last time saved, 15 seconds ago. Cool. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight and watching the stream or watching it on YouTube. You guys are all amazing. If you're watching on YouTube, if you could and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much, and I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas tonight. Miko, I am sorry that I cut the stream off as soon as you got in, but my throat has been killing me all day, and I don't think that a story-based game was probably the best thing to do tonight. But I will be playing. I will be on tomorrow again at 7 p.m. as always, whether I'm sick or not. But tomorrow I'll probably have some tea with me and stuff like that too. But I do appreciate the support fully. You guys are awesome. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your Christmas. And I will catch you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Have a great night, y'all.